dead body!
Alright, I'm making another video. It's only been, 2 months that I've lost to balding gaze and seasonal depression. It could have been worse. New food fight update, and this one's a doozy. Wave a fond farewell to the fields of DevMeasure Generic 01 and a hello to real textures. The out-of-bounds areas have all been flushed out to start showing what the actual environments are like, and though you won't be able to see it, I've done the first bits of optimization now that the layout is pretty solid. So thank you all for your patience. I get my ass kicked by both real and fictitious brainworms. I've already kept you waiting long enough, so let's dive into the update because I've been hard at work. The biggest changes are the visuals. I've given the whole town a fresh coat of paint, as well as the out-of-bounds area to help put together the effects of all the buildings that I've been talking about so far. Coming out from spawn, I ended up having an interesting piece of feedback fairly quickly. Since the symmetry of the map is mirrored and not rotational, blue and red had different routes. On leaving the restaurant, red has the mall and subway on their left, while blue has it on their right. The textures are intended to help color code the two routes for clarity. The mall's bright yellow and the green of the financial building and apartments draw distinct routes on the left and right of the open, more neutrally colored roadway. Underground, you don't have the lines of sight that you would to orient yourself on the surface, and as such, the subway platforms and sewer rooms are just team-colored appropriately. Of course, alongside the textures, there are now appropriate out-of-bounds detail for the different routes. There are roads and alleyways around the spawn base. The mall has interior hallways, some seating, and the food court. The rooftops have AC and advertising. In the financial building, there's a break room. As I mentioned, I also did the first pass of optimization. This map uses a lot of curves, and this update cuts the number of viz leaves in half, and significantly improves how many entities are rendered at once. It can get better still, and it will, but this is good enough for now, and I'm going to keep optimizing as I continue to add detail more. Finally, while I didn't plan to change the layout much this update, I did change the launch into the mall. The previous launch pad being out in the open left a lot of room for weird launches, awkward landings, and to boot, the exit wasn't super easy to drop down, and if you missed the boxes or forklift, you'd take some hurt. So, I shamelessly ripped off, I took notes from Payload Eruption by Billow and moved the launch into an enclosed elevator shaft with a spiral stairwell behind it. I still love the flavor of having these street-level steam vents for the launch, and maybe I can find another place in the map for it, like how I relocated the bridge from the roof to the mall crossing. Perhaps a smaller launch near the newsstands or in the outdoor dining area? I'm not sure yet. Anyhow, that's all the new changes of Food Fight A5. I may not have as many videos coming out as frequently through the winter as I did before. I tend to get hit badly by seasonal depression, but I will keep updating and working on Food Fight. Keep an eye on the Discord for updates as they come out, and if you want to, join the widefriends on the community server. If you're one of the folks who's still kicking around and watching this, I appreciate the hell out of you. The woes of the YouTube algorithm is that the flood of 13,000 or so views from the earliest Wide Fort content don't usually stick around on the same mass as they did before. And I'm not the kind of person to base my worth purely on internet numbers, of course, but it's been a bit of a blow to the old momentum. Still, I appreciate those of you who are still here. I mean it when I say I'd be doing this even if nobody was paying attention, but I won't deny that I do like the attention. I make YouTube videos, after all. But enough rambling, I hope you like the new update, and I have to get back to Karlach Kissing Simulator 2023.
Alert. The enemy has taken our intelligence.
Thanks, mate. Don't go here, Doctor.
The enemy has dropped our intelligence.